You gotta love the hustle and flow from your man Tyrell Dodson here. Tyrell Dodson, one of these guys who I think could be a big-time contributor for the Seattle Seahawks in kind of a prove-it year where he gets a one-year deal. Look at the closing speed right there. Now, I like this particular play because, to be honest with you, going through all these games, I actually had question about Tyrell Dodson's speed. We can see him right here. He drops in shallow zone, right? Sees what was working with on the right side, quickly closes right there. Oh, man, that is fantastic. No doubt about that. To be able to play that Mike position there in Coach Macdonald's scheme here, you need to be able to be physical and take on blocks. You see him taking on my man Cam Jurgens right here from the Philadelphia Eagles, working that front side approach, takes on Jurgens there. Doesn't really make the tackle, but he makes the play. But most of the time when it involved blocks, it was more of stuff like this. We see Kelsey slicing him off right there. He's not impactful for this particular run against Kenneth Gainwell. See him right here on the approach. Bang! Right there, you need to be able to quickly disengage from the block and get after it. My man's hung up on the block like an old head. But when he has a clear path to victory, you see him right there with that going against Jason Kelsey. Now, they had some good battles that Jason Kelsey mostly won, like 90%. But right here, you see him, right? Kelsey's only able to get half a man, so that leaves him virtually clean, and you see what happens. So what do I mean about stacking and shedding or posting dispensing? That's when you're not letting blocks impact you. You're impacting the block on your way to the ball carrier. That's not a style that many people have these days. Take a look at this right here. This is like circa 2013, I believe, right? I clipped this way back in the day just to show because I knew people would not realize. This is like an artifact right here. Check Nate Irvin out right here. Bang! And gets to the ball carrier and then gets the ball separation as well with that. Nate Irvin right here working front side. Now remember, these guards are going to be uncovered, but even when not, you used to have to contend with the fullback on a lead block. Nate Irvin breaks down in space, bang, gives him a piece of mind, shortens his neck, gets to D'Angelo Williams, dislodges the ball, and that's how you played linebacker back in the day when men were men. Son, look at this right here, bang! Ooh, torpedoed him, right? Looking like the USS New Jersey, Battleship New Jersey in the building right here. And this is how you used to have to operate in a three-man front. But I have to know how feisty your man Tyrell Dodson is. We see him with Jason Kelsey. Once again, coming off this combo block, Dodson clearly has other plans. Look at him. Hold his ground. The stand your ground law. Stand Kelsey up. Stretched him out to about 6'8", right? Continuing to shove him into the play right there. That type of feistiness will go a long way, especially when you combine that with the shit athleticism of a Jerome Baker, who I believe will gobble up just as many tackles and who can be a complete playmaker for the Seattle Seahawks defense. Dodson and Baker, that's hard. Yo, shout outs to the great folks over at Good Chop. When my behind the scenes people approached me saying that Good Chop had interest in working with me, I couldn't have said yes fast enough. I was already familiar with them through the fitness and bodybuilding industry, so I couldn't wait to see what all the hype was about. I'm talking about high quality meats, all sourced from the USA, no antibiotics or hormones, and I'm talking about 60 plus of them Jones. It was packaged perfectly with the insulation and the dry ice, and I was blessed to get with the shrimp, the thick cut bacon, the salmon. Oh man, you know I love those ribeyes, the ground beef, and of course you gotta have your chicken breast if you're out there with it. But you know I had to start with them ribeyes. I mean, look at the marbling on it. Your boy Jersey Murph is a steak connoisseur, so I was very impressed by those steaks right there. I had to throw a little Butcher's Blend seasoning on it, mixed with my peach rub, and it was on. A little bit of asparagus to top it off. Always having that asparagus around here, baby. It was time to hit that grill. I threw them joints on my daily driver gas grill. Tried to get the internal temperature up to about 136, 137. Medium, that's how I get down. And I was beyond impressed with the final product, and you will be too. If you head on over to goodchop.com/YouTube, enter the promo code TOPBILLIN120, they will give you $120 off across your first 4 boxes. No more wasting time at the grocery store hoping to get a good product. Use your time wisely and go to goodchop.com/YouTube. Enter that promo code TOPBILLIN120 and get $120 off across your first 4 boxes. Let's go. This is a really good rep right here. Uncovered guard. They're running this stretch play, so you know the guard's going to climb up on him right here. He does a good job of posting, and then he disperses it. But I'm not sure how he arrives at the tackle here, right? Not his best attribute, but he's willing to try it at the very least. Look at this. Oh, looks like I'm not sure what he does. A whirling dervish into the tackle right here. Look at that, trying to get around. It's almost like he posted, bang. See the post right here? And then he still tried to skirt around the block. He ends up pivoting up out of it right there. Looks like he's getting held. I'll take that back. It looks like he's getting held. But somehow, right, and in the midst of getting held there, bang, he look, he makes a back tackle, a back shot, right? Back shot, pause, right? He back shot it up in the Clyde Edwards-Helaire right there and makes the tackle. That's a good rep. Showing the willingness to post and disperse. So at the very least, right, you can't always skirt around blocks. Sometimes you just got to meet that head on. I love the patience on this rep. He has to check the motion, the back end motion right here, and also worry about the potential boot from Patrick Mahomes while working this stretch play. Of course, we know in this stretch, they're going to look for the organic cutback crease with Jerick McKinnon here, and he does a great job of kind of slow playing. He does check the action and slow plays and is able to make the play because he stayed disciplined. Check it out. Look at that. See him stop right there? Boom. Still gets him at or around the line of scrimmage. Keep it going right here. Look at him, eyes in the backfield. Just in case he wanted to hand the ball off to the motion man or whatever, or it can be or if it was a potential boot or anything, what happened with that throwback or anything, he's there for it, and then he gets back on his bike there, and McKinnon has nowhere to go. Great gap discipline, great eye discipline as well. I feel like Coach Macdonald, coming from just having Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, are used to having undersized linebackers who he's able to keep clean through some severe work up front. The Seattle Seahawks are definitely going to get after it up front, whether it be the edge play and, of course, on the interior, so you don't have stuff like this. Obviously, Dodson, to me, while he may be a little bit bigger than your man Jerome Baker, right, pause, he's still a bit undersized in my opinion as well. Right? He plays bigger than Jerome Baker, not as good of an athlete, but like I said before, you see this right here, and with this guy who was severely undersized and Terrell Bernard, these guys getting washed away in the run game. You cannot have that no matter how good you are as a player. Check this out. You see them both getting washed away right there? That's an incredible amount of space for DeAndre Swift to walk into right there, right? He walked into it. What do we have right here? Pin and pull, coming around with Kelsey on Dodson, Cam Jurgens right here. As a matter of fact, it's more like right here, washing him the hell away, washing Dodson away as well. And then you see that's how you can get stuff like that. Good Lord, Terrell Bernard got smoked coming up out of there. So that's stuff that people need to keep in mind when you're talking about the run game. And Seattle needs to get that rushing defense under control, no doubt about that, to be able to get to where they want to go. And over pursuing as well. Here, his instincts are very good right here to stretch it to the outside. He did bend Swift back to the inside here, but he actually could have broke down in space a little bit. Now, Swift's a hard guy to tackle, period, right there, but he's a little bit too far over his skis right here, right? If he got there, squared up, got more parallel, he could have definitely leaned into Swift a little bit more right here. So Swift does end up getting a lot better gainer than he probably was supposed to on this one. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, the converse of what you just saw is this one right here. You see him immediately take shape on the outside and be able to square his shoulders to where he's able to get Travion Williams here coming off the edge. This is absolutely perfect. Look at that. He dips on the inside too. Look, you see that? You see the difference there? Let's see it right here. All right, dips forward here. You got another pin and pull, actually. Another pin and pull. Williams getting to the outside. You got the guard pulling around there. And then look at him take shape. Now look at his shoulders are squared. Even the offensive lineman can't really do anything at this point in time because he's taking presence in that particular gap on the outside. Then he's able to calf roping. Absolutely perfect rep right there. See, that's what I mean, man. This guy, like, I don't know about this number one linebacker shit, right? That shit is crazy to me. That's asinine, to be honest with you. But I believe the more and more he plays, right, this is his first time getting a chance to play, right? That's Matt Milano's team. Matt Milano was one of the best linebackers, period. Probably top 5 linebackers in the NFL. Matt Milano can do it all. So he got a chance to play in his stead, and you got to see that he was a pretty good player himself. But obviously you would never give up Matt Milano, right? You would give up a Dodson, in my opinion, there. So, but he can continue to show himself. Maybe he could be a long-term answer for the Seattle Seahawks as well. Look at him not fall for the cheese here. So obviously his original assignment will be the running back who presses and then leaks out the other side here. But they switch responsibilities, meaning him and Bernard, because then you have Jamar Chase coming out here for a throwback screen. So he doesn't take the cheese, great eye discipline, and he stays at home right here. They were hoping he would peek inside and you would give Jamar Chase a free lane to operate there. But you see him switch on the outside, stays with that assignment there, and he's the one to make the tackle. One of the things that Dodson has to watch for as he plays more and more, I believe he'll get better. But he's had some times where I'm like, I don't know, right? I don't know if it's athleticism thing. You see him trying to break down in space here against Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, a good athlete, not a great athlete by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, he can run for a quarterback and everything, but it's not like he's some kind of super athlete here. I'm not sure if Dodson got lulled to sleep, but it looked like he pulled a ripcord too early. He could have probably just tried to run with Jalen a little bit more and then get this tackle, but he pulled a ripcord early and then fertilized himself really good right there. And then my man had to hop over him right there. It's never a good thing when the lineman has to hop over you like, yip-de-dee, bing. You know what I'm saying? As for him in pass coverage, you have to note this. In their dime package, they would remove him. He was the one that was getting removed. They would leave Terrell Bernard in the game for him to cover and be the lone linebacker in the situation. So in a lot of the nickel packages, he's pretty much just floating zone. So it's not like they really tell him to go get somebody man up. It's a lot of stuff like this. You see the tight end right here, he's going to be running a bender, and he'll float the zone here. And it looks like he read it, but obviously he didn't do a good job on it. So you see him come float the zone there. He read it, took a poor angle on it, and you can see what happens there. Once again, we come back right here. He's got Joe Burrow all the way, coming out of his pedal. He eyed it. I don't know why. Well, yeah, he eyed it, but it was a good throw. There's only so far you can go there with your feet. But, of course, not good right there. He could have made the tackle at the very least if he wasn't going to make the play. But that's a lot of the stuff you see in zone. I didn't see anything special about him in zone, especially with the fact that they would take him out of the game in clear passing situations when they're in their dime package. So I take that for what it's worth. But overall, man, I think that's a very, very, very solid pickup for a 1-year prove-it deal, or at the very least a bridge. Right, he could end up being more than a bridge. Same thing for Jerome Baker. Maybe both of those guys get re-signed. I don't know how that works out right there. Not my call, but I would expect them to go and get a young linebacker in the draft as well. So maybe it'll be between the two. Then you pair one of those guys up with a younger linebacker, I guess, whoever plays the best this year. But Dodson and Baker, like I said before, that's hard. That's hard. So your boy John Schneider out there sniping people and doing the damn thing once again, man. So let me know what you think about this cat, Tyrell Dodson. And make sure you go back and watch that Jerome Baker one if you haven't already as well. And also make sure you tip your waiter, baby. You know I'll be serving that hibachi. Make sure that you're supporting the sponsors. That's very important as well. We had to keep the lights on over here at Top Billin, and all you dudes sitting around with short arms and deep pockets, or, you know what I'm saying, your alligator arms and stuff like that, man, you're not helping out the situation, because you know you run around using my lingo, using my analysis and all that. So make sure you pay the piper, baby. It's your boy, Jersey Murph. As always, much love to everybody out there. Big salute to everybody out in Canada and Oregon. Shout out to everybody in the state of Washington, in the city of Seattle and some of the surrounding areas, right? We be thick out there, man. In California as well. So people got to stop thinking everybody watching this right here is just people out in Seattle. Nah, buddy, I got the data on you. Salute.
Top Billin, Uptown Murph.